Previously on The Assassin Reborn as the Duke's son, the lion plummeted from a great height after clinging to a demonic dragon. The Emperor, in an attempt to save him, ends up throwing him off balance. The lion can't use his demonic powers. He doesn't want to be exposed, so his actions to survive are severely limited. He's left relying entirely on luck. But before we start, remember that everything you're about to watch is a work of fiction. Do not repeat or attempt any violent or dangerous actions you hear about. That said, let's get started with the story. A man we'll call Zarek wonders why a demonic dragon is near the border. Kael'gir replies that it must have gotten lost and didn't fare well. He suspects there might be a darker force on the other side. Kael'gir then remembers that it's the Valley of the Humans. Zarek argues there's no way a dragon could lose to a human. The demon asks Kael'gir if he's okay with this. Zarek feels something wrong yet familiar. Kael'gir suggests he take a look. Without hesitation, Zarek takes off flying. Meanwhile, the lion emerges from the Red River, gasping for air. He rests on a rock, disappointed he couldn't use his powers. He asks Kirim if she's okay. She's only thinking of ways to eliminate him. The lion tells her they'll clean up as soon as they arrive. Kirim warns him not to do anything reckless. They're in the demon realm. The lion doesn't expect to encounter anyone superior, but he couldn't be more wrong. Suddenly, he hears a voice behind him, a voice he can't forget no matter what. He turns to see the demon king Zarek. In his past life, everyone who saw Zarek claimed they saw all evil embodied in one being. Now, the lion is face to face with that entity. The lion draws his sword, thinking his luck couldn't get any worse. Zarek asks if he's human. Seeing Thalian's battle stance, Zarek questions if he really wants to fight him. The king feels confident against this human, but then Thalian's sword awakens. Zarek laughs at him. The lion struggles, knowing he's not ready for this fight. Kirim, knowing she's stronger than her wielder, suggests they flee. The lion debates if he can survive. Zarek reassures him he has no intention of hurting a kid like him. He doesn't want to fight him. The lion is surprised by the demon king's attitude. Zarek asks again if he's human. The lion confirms. They talk about how the human ended up there. Zarek admits Thalian's aura is different from other humans, even though the lion tries to downplay it. Zarek senses familiarity with him, though both agree they've never met before. The lion asks what the king is doing there. Zarek says he felt a strange energy. The lion doesn't understand why the king has to patrol his own kingdom. Zarek reflects on Thalian's words and insists he knows him from somewhere. But Zarek's demeanor is far from the intimidating presence the lion remembers from his past life. This is not the same demon king. According to the timeline of Thalian's past life, the demon invasion was about to begin. But this king doesn't seem like the type to start a war. The lion wonders what changed Zarek to become the monster from his memories. He boldly asks Zarek about his goals as the demon king. Zarek is surprised by the audacity of the question. He responds that his only goal is the prosperity of his kingdom. However, if anyone stands in his way, he'll destroy them. The lion feels the hidden monstrosity within Zarek, a beast restrained by chains that any situation could unleash. Determined to prevent that, the lion proposes a deal. He warns Zarek that something will soon happen in his kingdom. Zarek doesn't understand. The lion explains it's an incident that could spark a war. Zarek assures him he has no interest in taking human lands. The lion seals the deal by asking Zarek not to start any wars, no matter what happens. Zarek pretends to agree, though he doesn't fully understand. In exchange, the lion offers his assistance in anything the king needs. Zarek approaches him, realizing the lion knows something. He asks for his name. The lion Everflame. Zarek promises not to invade human lands and flies off, reminding the lion to uphold his promise. The lion nods, sealing the pact. Later, knights find the lion and nickname him the boy who survived the demon dragon. They return to an abbey near the village's borders, which is currently being used as a military hospital. There, the lion speaks with Princess Selene. She surprises him by saying she wants him to be her husband. The lion is shocked. Selene becomes even more nervous and slightly sad, mentioning her royal status. The lion feels pressured by this. He tells her he can't be with her right now. He lacks influence and etiquette. It would only harm him if they were together. So, he tells her he'll watch over her from afar until he becomes a better version of himself. She doesn't fully understand what he means but vows to become so powerful he won't be able to ignore her. Sarcastically, the lion says he looks forward to that day. Before leaving, Selene thanks him for being alive. Meanwhile, In a rear camp outside the forest, a man possesses a magical artifact. Suddenly, he freezes. It's a dimensional box capable of storing infinite mana, a masterpiece of the Mage Association from the Kingdom of Garum. The lion had been monitoring it for some time, knowing it was being smuggled. He takes it from the man. This 7-star mage from Garum recognizes the lion and demands to know why the Duke's son is there. The lion notices blood extracted from demon corpses and interrogates the mage about his accomplices. He knows the blood is being sold on the black market. That's how Alice got her hellhound blood. But the mage wants to know who betrayed them. He can't let the lion leave and prepares to attack. The mage launches an assault, flames bursting toward the lion. The mage believed the lion was dead from the dragon encounter but realizes he was wrong when the flames clear. The dimensional box is gone. A black mist covers the mage's hand, tearing it off immediately. He can't believe what he's seeing. The lion grabs him by the neck, forcing him to reveal the smuggling route. The mage confesses it's the western outpost in the valley where demon blood is being trafficked. 2 men are packing crates of blood bottles when curiosity prompts them to inspect the second crate. Inside, they find something disturbing. It's the head of the mage from the forest. The protagonist watches from a distance. Kiram asks what he plans to do with them. He replies that it's part of the warning to stop them from continuing. The news spreads, reaching the Kingdom of Garum, a place where all the mages obsessively dedicated to magic gather. They are responsible for creating artifacts like the dimensional box. Our protagonist knows that if he lets these mages continue, they'll do unspeakable things with the blood in the future. Walking away, he thinks of ways to prevent this. Kiram comments that it's a selfless act, and the lion affirms he doesn't want anyone else consuming the blood. Later, in a residence, Ascal envies his brother for being on the front lines. The woman with him recognizes the name he mentions, the lion. She suggests he should pay his brother a visit. Meanwhile, Emily is thrilled to be back, reminding the protagonist he's about to return to the academy. The academy isn't the place Emily imagines. It's a hive of politics and conspiracies, ruled by envy. She fantasizes about finally meeting a handsome man. The lion chuckles softly. He arrives at the town where his brother is staying and notices his half-brother heading there too. Frightened, his half-brother quickly leaves, unable to bear the sight of him ever since that day. Kiram assures him that his half-brother is irrelevant. She likes that the lion is so different from his family. When he enters the building, the lion is greeted with respect and warmth, noticing how much more polite they are compared to last time. He realizes they treat him differently now, probably because of his hard work on his reputation. Opening the door to his future room, he feels an unsettling aura. It's his elder brother, Ascal. Ascal tells him to relax and asks if he remembers him. Thalian's instincts scream to eliminate him, but Kiram holds him back, saying there's no fun in killing him now. He restrains himself and greets his brother. The lion shows he does remember. Ascal ruffles his hair, which silently irritates him further. Walking to the window, Ascal remarks that he's heard about Thalian's swordsmanship and tells him he'll soon be able to help on the front lines, a prospect the lion secretly desires too. Ascal admits he wanted to welcome him personally. The lion knows his brother too well. If he came to his room, he's planning something. From behind, their nanny arrives to ask for Thalian's help with a task. She begins scolding him before noticing he's with Ascal, the Duke's eldest son. Startled, she apologizes, but Ascal tells her to continue with her duties and not worry about him. She obeys and leaves, visibly relieved. The lion asks to be left alone for a moment. With a sinister tone, he unnerves Emily, who quickly exits. Once alone, the lion kneels by the toilet. Kiram appears, suggesting he should be grateful. The lion sarcastically agrees, calling it a great opportunity for her to take over his body. Kiram doesn't deny it, but says she prefers to let his rage build up. It will be more satisfying later. He smirks at her response. A young servant informs him they've found the girl he requested. She's in the territory of the White Elves, Farina, who are known for despising outsiders. This means she must be skilled at dealing with people. The lion instructs him to inform him if she shows signs of returning. His servant notices the lion is unusually cheerful and assumes it must be due to his brotherly reunion. Ascal remembers his brother's eyes. It's as if the lion were his lifelong nemesis. Determined, Ascal decides to assign someone to keep an eye on him. Watching the sunset, he wonders what secrets his brother hides. As the lion departs in his carriage, Emily is visibly disappointed he didn't tell her the truth. He can't take her to the academy. Only a knight may accompany him. Saying his goodbyes, he leaves her behind. Emily holds onto a sliver of hope that it's a joke, but it isn't. Even so, she wishes him well. The lion recalls his past life, when Emily cared for him at age 8 while he was gravely ill. She had taken him to a healer and nursed him back to health. Emily is someone he deeply values. As they travel, the lion notices 6 mid-level knights were sent to escort him. It feels excessive, and he chuckles, suspecting someone might want to harm him. As night falls, the knights suggest camping in Saffron, a nearby city, to rest before reaching the academy the next day. But the lion realizes they're not in Saffron, they're leading him elsewhere. When he demands answers, the carriage is suddenly surrounded by armed men. The lion asks who's behind this. One of the knights smirks but says nothing. The lion knows these men don't stand a chance. When one attacks, the lion dodges and decapitates him so quickly no one sees it coming. Again, he demands to know who sent them. Terrified by his speed and power, the knights hesitate. The lion grows more sinister, and anyone who dares attack him dies instantly. He's far too fast and strong to be defeated. One knight falls to his knees, crying as he witnesses the boy's demonic abilities. Now, he understands why the lion survived a dragon. Overwhelmed by the boy's presence, the knight confesses it was Lady Margaret who ordered this. The lion isn't surprised but didn't expect it either. The knight also reveals that his half-brother, Kalir, had persuaded his mother to act. This explains why Kalir ran away when he saw him earlier. The lion plans to teach him a lesson. The knight, uncertain of his fate, asks if the lion will kill him after completing his task. He doesn't expect mercy, knowing they intended to kill him first. The lion tells him to just drive until they reach their destination. Grateful, the knight obeys. Finally, they arrive at the central city of Saffron. From the Duke's estate, we see Margaret drop a vase upon learning that her plan was a failure. 1 missing and 6 eliminated. She panics, realizing they underestimated the young man's abilities. Her loyal servant promises to finish the mission, but she orders him not to do anything further. She fears her son might be in danger at the academy. Moreover, she wants no one to find out and orders him to eliminate anyone who even hints at the truth. From the shadows of the room, Ascal's subordinate overhears the conversation. Meanwhile, the protagonist rests in the carriage, having left Saffron 10 days ago. The man we'll call Brian is now loyal to the protagonist, grateful for having his life spared. At this rate, they'll reach the academy without issue. The lion contemplates what to do with Brian. Brian informs him that they've arrived at the city. The sight immediately brings back memories, not good ones. The academy had changed him in many ways. Upon arriving, the lion hands over his family crest to verify his registration. The receptionists confirm his enrollment and provide his room assignment and schedule of activities. The lion is slightly surprised, wondering if there's been some mistake. In his room, both Brian and the lion are stunned. It's a royal suite, a bit suspicious but undeniably luxurious. After their belongings are brought in, the lion informs Brian that his role is complete. Brian panics at first, but to his surprise, the lion hands him a pouch of gold coins. He tells Brian it's enough to start a new life and advises him never to return to the town, as he might be killed. Brian stares at him, then kneels before the lion, vowing to serve him for life as a knight. The lion is surprised to learn Brian is a knight. Brian explains that he's a knight, but of a very low rank. He also shares that his father taught him to serve anyone he truly trusted. The lion dismisses this as foolish. Confused, Brian asks why. The lion replies, "How can you trust someone you don't know?" Changing the subject, the lion decides to skip the welcoming ceremony and instead attend the elemental trial. Brian nervously agrees with his young master. The academy's dean, Bartolome, observes the incoming students with great interest. Meanwhile, in the hall, students evaluate each other's mana levels. Many of them have impressive mana reserves. However, Thalian's mana stands out. It's 92% darkness. An instructor relays these astonishing statistics to Dean Bartolome. Thalian's score surpasses even his sister's, who was nicknamed the Daughter of God. While his power is admired, his dark mana raises concerns. Bartolome mentions that the lion came highly recommended, personally endorsed by the Emperor for saving his daughter from monsters on the front lines. He even heard rumors about a potential engagement, which worries him. The titles earned by these two could cause significant conflict in the future. For now, Bartolome decides to simply observe. The lion walks through the corridors, contemplating his newfound power. In his past life, he had only reached 80% darkness. He wonders if the demon blood he consumed was the reason. He suddenly encounters Kalir, who is startled to see him alive. The lion notices Callier isn't alone. He's with Popper, the son of a marquis from Garum. In his past life, these two bullied him relentlessly. The lion smiles, pleased to see them again. Popper, slightly agitated, tries to bully the lion. Callier knows it's a bad idea. He can see it in Thalian's eyes. Popper barely gets close before the lion delivers a powerful kick, slamming him into a door. Callier screams for his friend. The lion approaches his half-brother, who trembles and cries in fear. Grabbing Callier by the shoulder, the lion says he knows what Callier did, and if he tries anything again, he'll break his legs. The lion thinks to himself that this new life might be fun after all. Meanwhile, in the library, the instructor from Bartolomé's office, let's call her Lily, is looking for a book she can't seem to find. The lion, with a faintly sinister air, presents her the missing book. Lily is shocked to see him, as students aren't allowed in that area. She demands the book back. The lion seems polite as he hands it over, but his presence unnerves her. Before giving it to her, the book tears apart. The lion reveals that he knows her true identity. She's the head of the Assassin's Guild. Lily has no idea how this boy knows that. In his past life, she seemed like a normal person, the instructor who once praised his 84% dark element. Back then, he believed darkness wasn't significant, as others had made him think. She had called it infinite potential and lured him in with her false demeanor. But in this life, he won't be fooled. Her innocent face won't deceive him again. The assassin hiding within the noble academy must fall. Lily doesn't react drastically. Instead, she invites him to talk. The lion is surprised but agrees, joining her for tea in her lab. Unbeknownst to him, she adds poison to his tea, ironically telling him it will merely dissolve his organs. With an even more ironic tone, the lion replies that it won't affect him at all. Having consumed the blood of countless demonic beasts, the lion remains unaffected. Lily, irritated, demands to know how he knows about her. She questions how he found the exact location of the book where her orders are delivered. She deduces that he must also be part of the organization. The lion doesn't deny it. She smirks, pleased that her hunch was correct. Taking advantage of the moment, the lion asks about the noble assassinations. He inquires as if he's part of the organization, referencing the Purification Project. Lily doesn't understand what he's talking about. The lion reminds her about the eliminations that have taken place. She admits she probably shouldn't have said that. The lion doesn't care about her confession, and the two grow increasingly sinister as the conversation continues. With a swift kick, the lion flips the table, destroying it with a punch. Lily elevates herself above the room, ready to attack. The lion believed he had proven his identity, but Lily declares that she knows everyone within the organization. After all, she's the master of the hall. She has no intention of letting him go. Knowing he has no choice, the lion attacks as well. When she sees the dagger, she yells for him to stop. She recognizes it. It's the demonic blade Kirim, which only the chosen one can wield. The lion now wants to know if she believes him. Stunned by what she sees, Lily wonders if he is the successor. The lion confirms he is and demands to be taken to the god of darkness, Aru. Night falls, and in the streets of the town, they head to a base protected by a magical lock. As they approach, Lily is amazed that the lion isn't surprised there's a base so close to the academy. She explains that this is the path to the altar and informs him he'll be on his own from this point. Upon entering, the lion notices the infrastructure was created by the god of darkness. It's much larger than it seems. Suddenly, he realizes it's a trap. Daggers fly at him, but he blocks them with ease. Then, several men approach from behind. The lion swiftly turns and defends himself, even as one of the attackers blocks the dagger he throws. The lion is impressed by the speed of the movement. The men begin using their demonic abilities to attack him, prompting the lion to activate his secret technique, Blood Wave. As they charge at him, they are confused about how a child possesses such advanced skills. This ability, exclusive to assassins, allows him to dominate others. One by one, they fall under its effect, except for one man still standing. The lion wonders if this man is a superior. The man draws a mist blade and attacks. The lion is shocked. This person is an expert in the same specialized skill as him. The man's mask falls, revealing Lily. Smiling, she declares she couldn't resist the urge to fight him and attacks with her demonic abilities. She's delighted that the lion also wields such skills, growing more intrigued by him. While the lion attempts to escape, he realizes that someone as eager as her won't stop until one of them is eliminated. She pursues him relentlessly, using her abilities to attack. The lion defends himself, asserting that he isn't as extreme as she is. Lily counters that, in this place, he's free to use his full power. The structure was built to withstand all forms of magic. Knowing he can unleash all his techniques, the lion fears for her life. Becoming darker and more menacing, he prepares to fight, until he suddenly collapses. Kiram takes over the fight. Upon seeing the demonic blade, Lily kneels in reverence. Kiram, irritated, scolds her for worshipping the god of mist instead of her master. Lily defends her actions, claiming she only wanted to confirm his identity. Kiram reminds her that she has no authority, saying she could summon the god herself if she dared. Lily, now focused, notices that the lion is dying. She, infuriated, blames the situation on both of them drinking too much blood. Lily, however, accepts the duel with glee, thrilled to face the demonic blade in combat. Kiram, disgusted by her enthusiasm, prepares for battle. Just then, the lion awakens, questioning Kiram's sudden manifestation. Kiram explains she simply wants to teach the instructor a lesson. Lily, honored to fight Kiram, grows even more excited as the tension rises. Before the fight begins, the god of darkness interrupts. A blue mass appears between them, and with an imposing voice, orders the lion to enter the altar. The mass transforms into a portal. Though nervous, the lion is satisfied. He has achieved his goal of meeting the god Aru. Okay guys, we'll stop here for today. We'll continue the story in the next video. This series will consist of several short chapters, but if you want to keep reading, check the details in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, a like and a good comment really help me out to keep bringing more content. That said, take care, and see you next time.